All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Oh, here we go. Oh, bang.
And they give this time to the tailback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Hey, you don't want to see it? You don't want it? Mike, 55. Right there.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
15 line. 15 line. Right. He's right.
Now Scarborough. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 2-yard line.
Down. 50. Plant. It's been a long day for you. 22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers. Let's go.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Here we go. 10-2 stop. You can't block me.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taking it about the 36. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Here we go. 55. Henry. Hey, eat. Gotta do better.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Watch tight end. Tight right. 3 down. Jack. Slam.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. He wants it all for the... Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. In for the score as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A run for Nick Chubb. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They're not ready for this. They still, hey, box truck. Y'all playing the wrong football. There we go, Mike 20. Push him back. Mike 20, ready?
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Throwing left side, it's complete. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Here we go, set. 60 outlaw. Get your swerve on. Snap.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh. Go. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. No. Off. You draw Corker. Fight.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around with the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ravens 7, Browns nothing.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Cleveland.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Hey. Go get him, go get him, go get him. 5.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
They give the Chubb out of the gun, and they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Set, ready? 8, read. Check tight. Bravo. Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. Go. In your face. There we go, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Watch the curl, watch the curls. Hit it.
Throwing on 1st down, Lawrence. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And nothing but daylight ahead. 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, in a great play for that defensive unit. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
General West. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Deep grip.
Now Chubb.
You ain't doing nothing.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Check the backer. Check the backer.
Look at me. Zipper.
Chubb on the counter. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Go.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And he fires one that's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. From 8 yards out as the Ravens push further out in front. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover him? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You're going to yell at me? You go cover him.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Chubb with a 1st down carry as he'll get about 3 out of it. Make it 2nd and 7 coming up.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Yes. Fight.
Hey, check
Chubb.
Put your hands on him. Get hands on motion man.
They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
I smell fear in that offense.
Hey, Charlie.
I smell fear in that offense. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right.
On third down, Lawrence. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 35.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders-Patriots to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the Tuck roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third.
Watch the screen. There we go, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Watch the screen. Pass. Smooth. Mike 20, Mike 20. Hey, tighten down. There you go. Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. You. Hit it.
From the gun, Lawrence. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Austin Seibert for the Browns field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This will be fielded at the 6. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this
you're
is
going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the edge. Wide.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Under crunch, under crunch, under crunch.
Yep.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Who's that? Who's that? Is that yours? Is that yours? Who's that?
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They run. Chubb.
I got him.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On the ready.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down.
Check 52.
Snap.
A give. This is Chubb. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. Watch a slant, watch a slant, watch a slant.
Hey. 5.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
Now.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
On 4th down, Lawrence. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. Know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't big.
They go play action with Jackson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
We got this.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows a coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar
I was
situation.
going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A big play there. 72 yards. And the Browns get a score closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Fielded about a yard deep. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. From one end zone to the other, 101 yards as the Ravens push further out in front.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. Following the penalty, Chubb. And just a yard on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 4.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Set. 10-2 soft.
Come on, D. Check.
Yo, go, go. Be driven.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hey! Hey! High 7!
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. Get this. You're all mine. Hey, Mike, go. Mike 20.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Here we go. Hey, we got tight left.
Hey, Delta!
4 down. Check. 4 down. Hey, Mike 20. All day, baby. All day.
Go!
There we go, Mike 20. Come on, baby.
Ready?
Back to throw. Lawrence. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out, and he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 30-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Sponge. No. Check three.
And to give this time to the tailback.
Run.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. 70 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They run again on first down, Chubb. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check 50, check 50.
Two draw corkers. Two.
Chubb will get the call running left. There he goes again. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line.
Let's go.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to the end zone real fast.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Check. Shit.
Handoff comes to Chubb, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. The Browns on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. Now the Browns offense will stay on the field as they'll go for 2 here.
4 down. Check. Hey, Mike 20. I got it. There we go, Mike 20.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that...
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And again, it's Chubb. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Well, one side moves on, and then, of course, there's the other side, and now they face what they don't want to face, and that's the offseason.
Think about the journey just getting to this game. Preseason, right? The OTAs and mini camps before that. going through the regular season, fighting and scratching and clawing to make it to the playoffs. And then to get to this game, one game short of a conference championship, they'll have the whole offseason to think about it. Let's see if they use it as motivation.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.